The idea of an aggressive defense, it sounds like aggressive defense, counterintuitive. No, it's not. If you have an aggressive defense, that means you have a shell. It's like one of those domes that protect from rockets, attacks. Well, think of your defense in the same way. Okay, I have an aggressive defense. He's not going to get past my hips. You do not want your opponent to get inside your hip. You got to have good posture, be able to attack or defend. So always remember the phrase, or the idea of your hips should always be in position to attack or to defend. Either way, okay? That's what you want. All right. Now, what we're going to do here is hip block and cutaway. And also, the final thing is a jam. And this is, to me, having seen a lot of international level judo, up close and personal on teams and stuff, this is probably the primary defensive movement in really elite judo. You've still got some hop around stuff that goes on. There's a lot of setups people caught on that years ago. But cutting away and blocking and jamming your opponent away, what it does, it totally kills the throw. So here's the idea here is, Kenny, I might even coach through this a bit too. So when he has his guys, welcome mat guys here, when they work on blocking, they're not just stopping the throw or avoiding the throw, they're completely killing the throw, okay? They're just burying it in the ground, and they're not worried about defending or not worried about countering yet. What they're worried about is killing that throw and then setting up for a counter. But if you do it right, your counter's there. It'll happen.
So Mike will do it. But the whole object is to get where you can do all three at the same time. Just completely stops everything. So we'll say Mike's going to attack. Johnny wants to drive hip to hip with him. Make sure you're facing the same direction. Do not go throw the other hip, or you're going to get thrown. Hip to hip. We're going to bend the arm, which makes the gi tight, which makes it easier to rip away. And then Johnny's going to keep a hold of his pulling hand because we're going to use it to knock him off balance. And even after we knock him off balance, we're going to try to keep a hold of it. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you guys will break loose. Sometimes you'll be able to drive him all the way down to the mat. But the object at the very end is to be able to hit all three of these at the exact same time and completely shut them down. Go ahead. You notice Johnny's always on balance too. He keeps himself on balance. Keep a hold of that pulling hand because our attack can be coming right after, following up that up. All right, the jam. We're going to jam from the armpit all the way down the ribs.
Turn around, guys, so the cameras can see that. Can you see that, guys?
Go ahead. Just see, look at this jam right here. We've completely shut him down. We've created space, no throw. And then at the very end, give them a little shove, make sure they are off balance. All right, the important thing we don't want to do, go ahead and attack me, is start doing this, trying to step up and over them. It's just right here. Right here.
That's a key point.
Right there.
A lot of people will try that, more than you think. And we've had guys come in and train with the gym and in the dojo, and they lift their foot up. And, well, they're on one foot, they're going to get slammed, but they're way off balance, they're not in position to reset. So, yeah, you've got to block that.
And don't pick it up, don't step in front of them, don't step behind them. Let's shut it down first, and then we can do something.
Yeah.
All right?
Any questions on that? Always remember, knots the belt, face the same direction when you're doing this. Think about this, everybody. I always say that the idea of an aggressive defense, it sounds like aggressive defense, counterintuitive. No, it's not. If you have an aggressive defense, that means you have a shell. It's like one of those domes that protect from rockets, attacks. Well, think of your defense in the same way. Okay, I have an aggressive defense. He's not going to get past my hips. You do not want your opponent to get inside your hip. If I can get inside Kenny's hip here, boom, like that, I know I can hit with some throw. But if I can, if he blocks me out, he stopped me. So he's kept me from getting inside his hip. So that's a good way to think about this, and it stops him, or stops me, from actually following up with an attack. He's blocked it totally, okay?